The Dallas Cowboys present These Boots Are Made for Talkin', the official podcast of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Now your hosts, Courtney McKenna and Shannon Gross.
Oh, I thought you were reaching for my hand. Aww.
Friends.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of These Boots Are Made for Talkin'. Shannon bailed on us today, but have no fear.
We don't need him.
No, we're good. But I got a pretty great fill-in, if I do say so myself.
Woo! And the crowd goes
I do
wild.
say so.
Crowd goes wild for DCC Jinelle.
Woo!
Jinelle will be filling in as co-host and like other times offering your DCC expertise where necessary, but we are here to learn more about the fabulous Miranda, who's the all-time
Podcast champion?
yeah, there we go.
Let's just say what it is.
All-time guest. And so we have a seasoned pro on the podcast, and we have a brand new podcast
Yay.
rookie, and yes. And here we go, a DCC rookie. We have Hannah on the show for the first Hannah, and we're so excited.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes. So we'll have to, Miranda, we're pump the brakes right here. We'll start with Hannah. Hannah, tell us a little bit about yourself, probably your dance journey, your background, what led you here, and then sure, why not just dive into your rookie year and how it's been going for you.
All right,
Your
straight
entire
to it.
story.
Your life story.
So I actually don't have an extensive background in dance. I did gymnastics till I was 14. Then I started dancing. So that's a little different, I would say. If we're playing this game later, I'm trying to think of things that I want to say and things I don't want to say if we're playing a game later.
Guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I danced all the way in college, and I danced for St. Louis University, and then
There you go.
And then while I was at St. Louis University is when I first started trying out for DCC when I was 19. And from there, I danced for the Chicago Bulls for a season. And then 4 years later, I'm here. And I made it. And this is my rookie season.
You started auditioning at 19
Yes.
while you were in college?
Yes.
You just came down here and were like,
She's going to do it.
Yes. I tried out for the St. Louis Rams. That was the last season that they were in St. Louis. And I made it to their finals, but was cut right before the team was announced. And then knew that I wanted to do dance professionally. And my mom said, well, there's one audition left this year. Mm-hmm. And it was DCC. So we went big. And then we went home. But then we came back, and now I'm here.
so was this past year your second time trying out, or were there others in between?
There were others in between. This is actually my fourth year trying out. So I went from 19 to 23 every year trying out.
And how far did you go along the process every time?
I did semifinals, finals, semifinals, team.
Nice.
Wow. It's a lot of solos.
Yes.
Lots of solos.
Yikes.
Lots of studying, that's for sure.
And what drew you to dance? Like, why were you just all of a sudden like, okay, I'm going to try dancing?
Try dancing. I did gymnastics for a really long time and was taking dance classes just to help with gymnastics, and then fell in love with it. Knew that I loved my time being a gymnast, but I wanted to try something new, perform more. I really, really loved the performing aspect of dance. And even though I was really awkward and not good at it for at least 3 years before I finally came into my skin, and was like, okay, I can handle this now. Yeah, that's the performance. I loved it.
And okay, got the word now. Acrobatics.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can't think of it. You did that as well too, right? Or
Part
no?
of- I did rhythmic gymnastics, so it has a lot
Okay.
more of
Wait, which
acro.
was your...
We do
favorite?
all of them. My favorite was ball. I loved ball. So
Wow.
rhythmic gymnastics is the one with the hoop and the ball and the ribbon and the clubs, and ball was my favorite.
I feel like that would be the hardest one.
I think clubs is the hardest.
That's
Ooh, that's
kind
hard.
of juggling.
Yes, but they're hard. They're plastic. So if you hit, if you ever we were doing mills or doing a toss and it hit you, you basically got whacked in the face by a piece of plastic, like a heavy piece of plastic. So there's some trauma there for sure.
How does one even get into rhythmic gymnastics?
My mom signed my sister and I both up when we were really young at a gym that had both artistic and rhythmic. She would just drop us off after school, and we would go from our one artistic class and then bop on over to our rhythmic class and just switch back and forth until she picked us up. And then, ironically, she was like, oh, well, rhythmic seems safer. They don't have as many broken bones. Now, come to find, it's lots of stretching, extra stretching, which isn't dangerous if done correctly, but doesn't mean less injuries.
Did you ever get injured?
I pulled my hamstring, and subluxed rib once. My sister fractured her back and broke her finger.
I wish everybody could have seen Hannah solo at least last year, because that's when I saw and remember.
All I can remember is this back leg thing. It's probably got a real name.
It's insane.
I mean, she was like, there was Cirque du Soleil stuff right there.
Like, literally, what you can do with your body is just...
It's insane.
Literally, the feet were by her head, but I don't know really how they got there. You don't have a back, I'm
full
pretty
circle.
sure. Like, I don't know. What's the craziest thing you can do? Like, literally, or you were, like, laying on your stomach, and then all of a sudden your legs just, like, came all the way around to the front, and I was like, how'd they get there?
Well, but you're strong, too. So that's, flexibility is one thing, but to have strength with it, too, it's
Yes,
really,
you have
really
to have
important.
strength to control it. Otherwise, it's kind of just a floppy mess, and that's how you can't really hurt yourself. So I think it was just stretching and then keeping up with it as I got older, instead of just, like, letting the flexibility take control or just letting the strength take control, having that balance. I don't know if I'd be able to pull out the back extension, or a needle is what some people call it, when you, like, catch your leg. I'd have to stretch for a hot minute. I'd have to stretch.
Were you ready for the jump split? Did it prepare you?
Did it prepare me for the jump split? I think the jump split, what scared me wasn't, like, the split itself. It was not having knees to brace your impact. As a dancer, you're used to having something to, like, shock absorb. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh, there's not, okay, go for it.
Nothing.
But that was a little scary. Not gonna lie there.
And what's the craziest thing you can do with your body? Like, or something that everybody's like, oh my God, how did you do that? What gets the biggest wow factor?
I feel like a lot of people get the wow factor from, I call them furfungals. Some people call them, like, barrel rolls.
Is this a gymnastics term?
Yes. I don't know how to describe it in non-gymnastics terms.
Fungals.
But yeah, you, like, wind up and you go, and it's almost like a cartwheel, but your body's like this shape. Like, so my legs, these are my feet, these are my hands, and you're just, like, in an arch.
Oh, is that the one that, like, you do in a circle, kind of?
Yes.
I've seen that on Dance Moms a lot.
Dance mom.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the new trick.
That's like all the
you see
kids.
it, all the solos these days.
It looks fun.
What did you guys think when you saw her at finals doing all that crazy stuff?
Jaw was on the floor.
Yeah. Well, I actually saw her practicing at Next Step Dance when I was practicing my solo. Hannah was in the other room, and she was just kicking for her life. She was practicing the kick line. And I was like, I don't think she needs to practice anymore because her foot's behind her head. I think her kicks are plenty high. But, I mean, it just shows the dedication after 4 years, and she's still in there grinding to be her best, even though she obviously has the flexibility. You know, she didn't let that stop her from pushing herself forward.
Dedication.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yes.
good for you for coming back.
Thank you.
No.
Kicks were different. Where I grew up, kicks not a huge dance style. I know that's a really big thing down in the South, but up in the Midwest, it's not. Definitely not very big.
Even
for
in
me.
Arkansas, it wasn't. I really feel like that's a Texas thing, the whole drill team.
Everybody comes from such a different background, too, that it's like you really, whatever you've experienced, you have to mold into, you know, the DCC style, which is its own thing, and the kick line and jump split is also its own unique trait. So
Yes.
what would you say you learnt the most over your 4 years of auditions and staying dedicated? What would you, if you could tell the viewers out there, what would you want them to know about being dedicated?
I think that what helped me the most in being dedicated was just going at it with the perspective of I'm not going to leave anything on the table. There's going to be, when that time comes when you're sitting there and they're calling numbers and you're like, oh, I don't know, did I do enough? Was it enough? This past year, I knew, like, if they're not calling my number, it's going to be okay. I did everything I possibly could. And that was, whether that was driving down to Texas from Illinois to take prep classes and stay with a family friend, or if that was studying football games to actually understand the game, because 4 years ago, I definitely didn't know as much about the game as I do now. It's just having that dream and finding it all the time in everything that you do. That's kind of what kept me going.
Well, and your school wasn't a football team, right? Or they didn't have one?
No.
It's about basketball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only basketball.
Oh, well, I feel like Indiana,
Yeah.
basketball, Illinois, all around there, you can't, it's totally basketball.
Basketball.
And how was dancing for the Bulls?
It was
What was that like?
It was an incredible pun experience. It was, I love Chicago. That's my hometown. So to dance in the United Center for my hometown, for the Bulls, that's an organization much like the Cowboys where they have just a huge fan base. If you go anywhere and you put up the star, if you put up the Bulls head, you can think of like Tom Landry or Michael Jordan. Those are people that like automatically come to your mind, and it shows when you go to a Bulls game. Even if the game's not going great, the fans are there and they're They're rowdy.
How was the team when you were there? Were they decent or was it down year?
No, they were so great. They were, all of them except 2 girls I think were older than me. But they were all very welcoming, and they knew that like I just moved back from St. Louis to come home and dance in Chicago, so they just took me under their wing, and I loved it. I love those girls and still keep in contact with a lot of them because they're back at home, and getting to see them this season. There's a few of them that are still there, and watching them succeed is awesome.
Are you trying to make any of them come down here?
Maybe. We'll see. See.
You got to pull your talent, pull your friends down here.
How many years were you there?
Just one.
What's like the average of dancers?
For NBA.
I think on bowls, I would probably say 3 is a decent amount of years. Like, when I think of the girls that I danced with, the number that comes to mind is 3 years is average of how long they would stay.
It's a lot.
Yes.
I feel like that's here too, right?
Right.
3?
Yeah, I feel like that's across the board.
Good average.
Professional.
Well, 3 would mean that Miranda would be coming back for a 3rd season. So, can you confirm or deny if you're going to be re-auditioning?
Yes, I definitely will be re-auditioning.
Woo!
Yes.
And what about Hannah? Woo! You too?
Yes, I will be re-auditioning.
Double applause.
Double applause.
We've got 2 ladies re-auditioning. So are you guys getting now that we've talked about your past solo, are you getting solo ready for this year? And you too? How's that coming along? It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, I'm actually meeting with the lady who's choreographing my solo next week, and we're going to get it over and get it done with. That way I have, because I'm the type of person I need a lot of time to practice, to get it prepared. I can't just learn it like the week before and then go in there and show the judges. So I definitely like to learn it early, and then I'll have 2 months to practice it. And I'm excited.
Any style?
Oh, jazz for sure. You don't want to see me do anything else. We do lyrical and / contemporary at show group auditions, so definitely that's an aspect that girls are so amazing at, and those are some of my favorite solos to watch. But I just didn't really grow up in that realm. I grew up in like the jazz tap realm, and I thought about doing tap, but it's just been so many years, and so I just feel more confident with jazz, so I'll stick with that.
You pick your strength.
Yeah, pick your
Just
strength.
stick to what you know.
Yeah,
Because you want to feel comfortable when you're out there.
definitely.
What about you?
I had a song picked, and now I'm second guessing it. I'm not sure. And then I was just going to choreograph my own and bring it to people and ask for little nuggets of information, take it in, revise, new draft.
What kind of style?
I was thinking sassy jazz. I feel like last year I did like a ballroomy jazz. Now I'm thinking sassy.
With acro stuff?
With acro stuff.
With,
Confirmed
what's it
acro
called?
stuff. A
I already
fungal.
forgot. A fungal.
A fafungal.
Sounds like a mushroom.
It does.
Fafungal. You should do a routine with your ball. I want to see that.
I've thought about it. There have been some rhythmic gymnasts in the past who have tried out for DCC.
It could be an epic fail if you
Yes.
drop it, though.
If
Oh
you
my
drop it,
god.
I mean, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but like, you don't want to drop it.
true. She's not wrong.
Not wrong.
Just do what you do best.
Yes.
But isn't the ball what you do best?
I stopped gymnastics at 14.
I mean, I feel like that would add such another layer of pressure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what if an Olympic rhythmic gymnastic girl tries out this year?
It's true.
And
She comes in with like 7, all the apparatus, and she just goes from one to the other. I'd be like, oh, okay, all right.
I mean, by all means, go for it. But
Yeah, Janelle's over here like, don't do it.
I feel like even in like more basic terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't want to do like 5 turns if you're wobbly about it. You'd rather just go out there and show them 3 because they're never
Right.
going to think like, oh, but she didn't do 5.
No.
But they'll think, oh gosh, she went for 5 and it failed miserably. You know, you just do what you
And
can
the
do.
nerves kick in, and the floors,
Yes.
and you're
Slippery.
sweaty, and it's just, woo.
Coming from the queen of nerves though, because I remember 2 years ago, you're like, I'm gonna throw up. I can't do it.
I don't like solos. I
Yeah.
just don't. It's not my thing. I'm a team girl. But that
Me
doesn't,
too.
that's not to say it's not part of it, and you go out there and you do what you do and you nail it.
As an outsider, I love the solos though.
Yeah, you would. It's a good show. It's about entertaining the judges and how you would entertain a football field or anyone else you perform to. So I think it's one of the most important rounds for sure.
I'm like, yes, love that costume. That song's great. Oh my God, look at that. I don't even know what that was, but amazing. That's
Yeah,
me.
it's not about like what style you do. I feel like it's just about you're confident in it and you can entertain and show that confidence to the judges.
And seeing everyone's personality is really cool too. And
Yeah.
the costumes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Costumes. Well, we know now that Miranda and Hannah will be re-auditioning, and we are pumped, but there's so much more to learn, especially about Hannah. Miranda, you can, whatever.
Thanks.
Just kidding. So much more to learn and so much more to dive into. We got a lot of fun things to talk about, and there's a big event tonight for the cheerleaders, especially big for Hannah. Yay! So when we come back to These Boots Are Made for Talkin', we will get you all filled in. Woo!
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for a little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Dr. Pepper is the one you crave. But how do you explain that craving?
Imagine being shipwrecked on a desert island, alone. Glass-like curls of surf pound the shore with Dr. Pepper-colored waves. Surrounded by desire, but you can't drink it because it's the ocean, fish live in there. The only thing you want is Dr. Pepper, and you can't have it.
Now that is a Dr. Pepper craving. Dr. Pepper, the one you crave.
Back to These Boots Are Made for Talkin'.
If no one writes anything in. No one writes anything in. I have questions.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would love for you to ask your questions. You're the co-host, so you got to take the wheel here, too.
Practice the piano.
We are back to These Boots Are Made for Talkin'. I am Courtney, and today, you heard your co-host. We've got a special co-host, Aussie, Miss DCC, Jinelle, the one and only.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Her American accent.
And we are...
For the rest of it, I'm just going to speak in an American accent. Okay.
You wouldn't be able to do it, or would you?
You wouldn't be able to do it, or would you?
I love it.
I feel like yours goes Valley Girl.
Yeah, Valley Girl. California Girl.
Well, let's not be picky. I'll try.
She'll try.
Okay. It's not Southern, that's for sure.
So we've got Jinelle. I was going to say
Jinelle.
Jinelle and the co-host, Mike, and we are joined by Hannah and Miranda. And we were saying that there is a big event happening tonight for the DCC, especially big for the rookies because it's
the Pinky Party.
We've got one naked pinky and then one pinky. Well,
is it turn right? Yep.
2 pinkies. Fully dressed in their DCC pinky rings. And so tonight, what happens?
Tonight, we get to go into Diamonds Direct, and we will have all the rookies in my class will get fitted for our own pinky ring. And then at Banquet is when we'll actually get it. And it's just kind of the icing on the cake that says you finished your year, you did a DCC year, and congratulations. It's everything that you've worked for, physically put into a ring, and you just wear it all the time.
What's your level of excitement heading in tonight?
Probably a 10. I also heard that there's some good snacks.
Mm-hmm. There
are good snacks.
Always down for good snacks. But I'm excited, and it's just part of the legacy. Apparently, I've heard stories where alumni see girls in airports and just random places. They're like, oh my gosh, your ring, I have mine.
Yeah,
so I can't wait to have moments like that.
Do you guys ever take yours off?
Never. I never take it off. It's got your little initials on the inside. I mean, it's just such a...
I take my rings off when I go to bed, but I wear them every day. Put them back on in the morning.
I'm a big ring person.
Yeah, I was like, Jinelle's got like 40 rings on her fingers right now.
Yeah, I can't decide, so I just like to wear them all.
It's a good one. And
Robin once said, this is a good tip for anyone listening. DCC Robin once said, Jinelle, you wear so much jewelry. I like it, but Mum always told me that if you put on everything you want to wear, and then, I should be saying this in an American accent, I know, then you have to take off one piece from like each arm. Or like if you have 2 necklaces on, which I kind of tend to do that too, you should take one off.
I've got 2.
She's like, I'll take my watch off. And I'm like, I'm not losing anything. But it's all about the layering. I think it's effective.
Layering is cool, but you also have a layered pinky ring.
That's true.
What is that for?
The second ring, it has a little baby diamond star in it, and it's especially...
I never realized it was a star. I just thought it was a little diamond.
Yes, well, it's got a little Cowboys type of star, and it is special because it is the leader ring. So once you finish your leader season, you get to basically add another layer to your pinky ring.
And I think it's special because the team gets it for the leaders. Like, we put our money in and get it for them.
Oh, and Miranda was cool.
Miranda was my rookie last year. So
stood right behind her.
Oh, learn from the best.
Of course.
And then Miranda and Hannah are in the same group this year, too. How's that been?
Awesome. I mean, Lacey was just amazing to have. So we were in group 1. Lacey was our leader. Tasha was our second. And they were just such a good team to have. I feel like our group always looked so clean and we always knew what was going on. But we can't take credit for that. You know, it was all thanks to our great leadership. They were awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say Lacey's never going to let an unclean routine happen.
No.
Under her watch.
Hey, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. I only remember like one time that we got yelled at for our lines, and it was the hardest dance for lines, for formations, because there's like 10 formation changes in it. It's hand clap. Hand clap? Hand clap.
Hand clap.
Hand
Yes.
clap.
That's
there's
one of my
so
favorites.
many formation changes.
I feel like I can do that one.
Oh, yeah, we love
She
that
does
one.
it all the
Michelle
time.
Keys, shout out. And so, yeah, that's like the main time I remember getting yelled at. But the rest of the season, Lacey kept us on point. It was great.
I can't imagine Lacey yelling at all.
No.
Oh,
I
no.
don't think. When you say yell, it was probably like, guys, let's try that again.
Should be like, oh, okay, it's Monday. It'll be better by tomorrow, right?
But just positive spin on everything.
Yes.
Were you a yeller? Was she a yeller? I'll ask Miranda. Was Jinelle a yeller?
No, not really. I mean, like, you like felt passionate about things, but she didn't yell at us. I feel like we're like too mature and too much of adults to be like yelling at one another.
Right.
Yeah.
I had my moments, but there was no yelling.
Everybody
And
has
it
their
raised my
moments.
voice.
Yeah, everybody has the moments. When you're on a team of 36 women, hormones, you're together every single day.
Late nights, low
Late
blood
nights.
sugar. Just got to keep those snacks tucked into your costume so you can
So you
not get
can
crabby
take
at each other.
Pull out the Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
Sugar, I'm all better.
You keep Jolly Ranchers on you?
No, but I mean, people have done that. We're Starburst. We always have Starburst on the sidelines during games.
It's a nice little treat.
Because sometimes just your blood sugar
I
gets
thought
low.
that was security that left the Starburst at the game. That's
I think
you
it
guys?
is. No.
Oh.
It is security, but they leave them there for us.
We have a little snack.
Yeah, it's great.
It's sweet.
And then you come back and you have like bright red teeth.
Oh, yeah, I only eat the yellow
I'm
ones
kidding.
on game day, which are like my least favorite. But
It
on
is
game day, it's
thoughtful.
the only ones.
Yellow is not the worst.
Well, I don't think any of them are bad. I like all of them.
Yeah, I was going to say I like all of them, but pink is the best.
So Hannah, what was
She just
your...
diverted.
Well, I wanted to ask this though because
A serious question. Okay,
it's,
next.
you had your first game day experience last year, and I think it's always one of the most memorable experiences of being a DCC. Tell us about your first game day experience, what that felt like.
It felt unreal. It was a lot to take in because I've only been to one other football game in my life, and it was in AT&T Stadium the year before.
A Cowboys game?
Yes, I went to a Cowboys-Chiefs game with my mom. My mom's a Chiefs fan. She's from Kansas City. So we went there, and that was the only other time I've sat in on a football game because in Chicago, the Bears haven't been the best in the past, and it's very cold in Soldier Field. So it's always been from home. So to actually be a part of a game and then not just be watching it, but in it, you're happening on the field. It's you. That was crazy. When I think back on it, I'm kind of like, I don't even remember what was going on. I remember CMT coming over and doing the interviews about how does this feel? And you're like, it's a whirlwind. Quite honestly, there's so much going on right now. I don't know what's going on.
But how cool is that they got the whole experience? You can always look back on that now and have something to show your kids and anyone else who ever asks about that.
Yes, it's
Watch it on American Airlines.
Yeah, that's true.
They show
Guilty.
They've got it on there. So what was your favorite moment or memory then of this rookie season of yours?
I have like my personal one. There's my philanthropy one that I love, but my personal one is when I was at Meet the Team. And at the end of the kick line, we all drop palms, do the jump split, then we literally split and walk away. And it's Tess and I that are in the front, so I got to lock eyes with my family as I was walking off. Aww. And in that moment, I was like, do not cry. Whatever you do, you cannot cry right now.
I cried my first year, for sure.
You can't do it. You're definitely on the screen. You're the only two people moving. So it's like, it's fine. I'm fine. But yeah, I saw my mom, my dad, and my sister, and they're the people that have gone through this with me the past 4 years. I owe a lot of this, if not all of this, to them. So that was a very special moment. And then my philanthropy one would be the My Cause, My Boots. That game was very special. My sister also got to come to that game, and I had some of my best friends from high school and grade school come as well. So that was a very special moment, and I have one of those boots, and we gave the other one for mental health awareness. So yes, those are my two memories that I think of highly this year.
That's funny because one of my other questions was for you to talk about your My Cause.
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate on it a little bit more? Can you?
Yes,
okay.
I can, of course. So for this year, for My Cause, My Boots, I picked mental health awareness as my philanthropy. So my star was green. Heather did one as well. And then I believe Lauren and Brianna both had national suicide awareness. So all of ours kind of tied in together. And mine was more about #cure stigma. So the stigma that surrounds mental health. Basically tying in the story of how I have struggled with mental health the majority of my life, and it's what I want to do with my career. I want to be a therapist when I grow up.
I feel that.
Yeah. Right? I'm 20-something when I grow up. But yes, I do want to be a therapist, and just curing that stigma would help so many out there that struggle silently with mental health issues that it's just, we don't talk about it, and we need to. It's a conversation that has to be had. So that's what my Cause, My Boots was for, and we have our boots with the special stars that Lucchese made for them. Randy was so sweet. He came into the locker room and showed us all of our boots, and that night I didn't know I was going to cry as much as I did, and came out of that just drained, just completely, just everyone's so passionate about their causes, and he was so sweet, and you can tell that he was very passionate about us getting to represent them on the field at AT&T Stadium.
After your video came out, did you have any people reach out to you about it and your story and all of that, or even because you talked about it on the show too?
Yes, so I actually have, from both the show and after the video for My Cause, My Boots went live, I had a decent amount of people reach out and say it's so great to see someone that's willing to talk about this in the public light and make it seem not normal, but just relatable. I don't feel as closed off and separated. I don't feel as alone, and that's half the battle when it comes to stigma, is that you're not alone. So many people face that. It's 1 in 5 Americans. That's, you had one more person in that room, this room right here. So it was definitely eye-opening, and I encourage anyone who feels the need to reach out to definitely seek help and find help near you. You can type it into Google. I have a link in my Instagram if you need it to find support near you.
And that's why she's the best.
Yep.
It just is. It's so important. What was your
This year
story?
I did Down syndrome awareness. Christian's cousin has Down syndrome, and I just wanted to, I had never personally met somebody who had Down syndrome before I met Kendall, and so I just wanted to spread more awareness for Down syndrome, because they are capable of doing so much. She cleans, she has a job, she is an artist, she loves to ride horses. She does things day in and day out all on her own. And so she lives with her parents still, but she has her own area in the house, that's all to herself. And so just to spread awareness for how much they can still do, it's not like they're helpless. They can have jobs. I think it's out there that they still can't have full-time jobs, even though many of them are still capable of having it. There is a spectrum for it, so some are more capable and some are less, but just because you have Down syndrome, people shouldn't put you down just because of that. So just to spread awareness to people, for people to become more aware of situations that they're maybe not used to being in every single day, and just kind of like what Hannah said with mental health awareness, it's like maybe you don't have a family member or a close friend who's dealing with that. But that doesn't mean there's something wrong with it. It's just you're not aware. Right. You don't know anything about
That's why this experience is so important, because it gives you an opportunity to dive into something that maybe otherwise you weren't so familiar with.
Yeah.
And broaden your horizons about other things that are going on in the world, which I think is so cool.
It's one of the best things, I think, that the DCC have done, at least since I've been here. Okay, hit us with another question. You've got a list there.
I do.
What do you got?
Okay, before we play Two Truths and a Lie.
Okay.
What is something you were surprised by during the season that you didn't know was going to be like that, or you didn't know was going to feel like that, or something that happened to you that you were taken by surprise?
Probably what took me by surprise the most is the ability to be flexible with my personal schedule. I'm someone who like plans hour by hour the day, like 12 to 1. I'm going to be eating a snack. 1 to 2. I'm going to read a book. So for things to just like switch on a dime and just being like, all right, here we go. This is happening. There's no going back.
Welcome to the world of Kelly Finglass.
Yes, that was the adjustment for me. I'm very type A, where I like to plan. I like to. I own so many planners, and I use every single one of them. For Christmas this year, Taylor got me 2 planners, 2 cat planners. So
she's the cat
girl. I'm the cat girl.
Cat lady Hannah.
So that was a lot. That was a game changer. Being okay with it and just taking it as it was and knowing that it was all going to be okay. Just had to take it and run with it. That was difficult. That was surprising.
That's definitely an adjustment. How did you find that last year?
Or even this year? Anything take you by surprise second year around?
Well, I think the main thing that I took that was a surprise to me, my very first time I was trying out, I still remember being in the bathroom, and I had only met Danielle one time at a prep class. And she was so nice to me, like acted like we were best friends. Like I was getting ready for tryouts, and she like came up and asked me if I needed anything, if I had any questions. So I think it just took me by surprise how nice everybody was, and that like this girl has been on the team for she was trying out for her 5th year. It was the year I didn't make it, but just the fact that she went out of her way to come up to me and be so nice to me, it was just so welcoming. And that was one of the things that pushed me to want to come back the second year, because I'm like, these women are amazing. I want to be one of them. So.
Okay, I was saying I do have a question that just popped up, and perfect that Miranda's here too. Obviously, you can answer, but Miranda did a little something. Taryn on Facebook asked, thoughts on International Women's Day coming up tomorrow. Ooh. And Miranda wrote an article that will be published on DallasCowboys.com tomorrow, because that's International Women's Day. But if you want to maybe give a little preview to your article and just elaborate on International Women's Day and what it means to, honestly, all 3 of you guys being part of an organization with such strong, independent, influential women. What does it mean to you?
You want me to start?
Sure, you start.
Yeah, so
you got a head start.
I think I touch a lot on this in my article that you guys will see tomorrow, but I'm just so passionate about women and women's rights and women being independent, and you only need yourself to push yourself forward in life. Like if you put your brain in the right setting, you can do it. And then I just touched on how we have a team of 36 women where everybody has a different job outside of DCC, yet we have the strength and commitment to come together at night and push through to do this other aspect of our lives that we love. And it's so inspiring to see everybody worked so hard to make it. And even in training camp, I mean, even throughout the cuts, and then you see the girls come back the next year and the next year to try to make this team, just the commitment that we have. We build such an amazing platform here with DCC that, especially through International Women's Day, it's just another reminder to use what we have, use what you got, and keep pushing the forward better. I mean, women's rights have come so far in the past 50, 60 years, but they're still not where they need to be. And as women, we're the only ones that can change that, because women care the most about women's rights. There are men out there that care too, but we're going to be the ones at the forefront to push it forward. And so just don't forget that. Keep pushing.
I mean, she really just said everything. So
sorry.
I'll piggyback on the back of that because nailed it. But I think one thing that I love most about being able to use this platform exactly to be able to inspire others out there is our youth programs. And I know we're going to touch on that a little bit later, but one thing that we do at the camps is, talk to these youngsters about dedication and character and community and being able to be a role model to those, they're such a vulnerable age, and teaching them those qualities, things that we do off the field, which is, to us just as, if not more important, to be a good person and role model and community ambassador. So those are definitely huge attributes.
Any thoughts from Hannah? What is it? How inspiring is it to be around these group of women every day, because they are pretty darn cool.
They're all super women. Every single woman on this team deserves a cape, because the amount that we all take on, not like we, like me, no, like everyone on this team, they have full-time jobs, they have families, they have their kids, not just like their mom and their dad, their kids that they raise, and then also have jobs, and then also do DCC and represent something that's an organization that's much larger than themselves. They take it upon themselves to have those characteristics and that world-class view and represent it no matter where they go. Wow. I'm just going through the women on our team like, wow, everyone's such rock stars. And I think about the women that I grew up around, my role models, when it comes to like my mom, my sister, my coaches, and they all just instilled so much in me that I wish I could give back to them. And I hope that this experience and this platform does that. I can give back. And like Miranda was saying, I studied women and gender studies in college. It was one of my minors. So she's right. As much as, like, yes, men will advocate for women, women have to advocate for women. It's our rights. They're our rights. It's what we need to fight for when it comes to policies and politics and all of that fun stuff. We have to be the ones that step up and do that.
And you got 35 others alongside you fighting, and pretty cool women fighting alongside with you.
You're not too shabby yourself.
Oh, thanks.
37, 38.
I don't have the boots. But tomorrow is International Women's Day, and be on the lookout on all of DCC's social media. We've got some good stuff coming out, so be sure to check it out. We are going to jump back into our last break, and when we come back, we're going to have a fun little visitor for me. So I'm excited for this person to come on. We got some more DCC talk, our fun visitor.
Fun
little game. So be sure to tune in back on These Boots Are Made for Talkin'.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
Before your next AT&T Stadium barbecue, gear up with OtterBox, the official outfitter of tailgating. It starts with the Venture Cooler. Built tough in America, Venture keeps ice for days and days. Or stay light on your feet with Trooper Soft Coolers. Perfect for packing in your signature side dishes.
Tailgating wouldn't be complete without a beverage, so pour one into the OtterBox Elevation Tumbler. It keeps your drinks frosty and toasty. Discover more about OtterBox line of tailgate essentials at OtterBox.com.
While a player can look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than specs and features as well. You got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. To experience one for yourself, visit your local Texas John Deere dealer or go to myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
It can be hard to find the right resource for learning about important financial matters. You search how to build savings, you end up reading about the one weird ingredient from supermarkets that can make you taller. That's why Bank of America built BetterMoneyHabits.com, a safe little corner of the internet for answering your financial questions. Full of simple videos and tips, Better Money Habits can show you how to make the most of your money without resorting to random searches that always seem to lead to unbelievable photos of childhood stars grown up. To learn more, visit BetterMoneyHabits.com.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to These Boots Are Made for Talkin'.
Hopefully, this is more exciting than Jinelle just hitting us with a blah, 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 blah. But we're talking.
Great.
We technically are blahing, but our blahs have substance, people. But we are back to These Boots Are Made for Talkin', and I teased beforehand. This is a little fun one for me. Our visitor for the last segment of the show is my sister, Michelle.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Michelle is now for the past 3 years at least, a fan of the DCC via me.
Come every Thanksgiving and watch you guys.
Yay! Yes, they've come to every game. Michelle actually had the chance to meet Miranda this Thanksgiving.
True. We took a picture.
Yes. Yes. I was like, nobody else in the family wanted to come with me up here ahead of time. And I was like, oh, they're lost. And then Michelle got to meet Miranda and Lexi. So,
yeah, awesome people.
Yeah, they missed out. So, well, should we talk about camps first?
I think so.
Let's get some more business out of the way. But this is fun business, and you were kind of making a segue to it last segment, so I'll let you take the reins.
I love camps.
Plus, I know you just hear I love camps. Oh my God,
so excited.
We have like the two camps queens here. We have Miranda and Jinelle, who literally have you missed one?
No, I taught you all.
No, they're the camp's queen. And we have our first camp coming up soon. So I'll let you guys take it away from here.
We have spring break camp that starts on Monday.
Yay! This Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Is there still time
March
to sign
11th.
up?
There is absolutely time to sign up.
DallasCowboys.com/academy.
Don't miss out. This is going to be one of the best ones ever.
Why?
Because it's at Baylor, which is super cool. It's a facility.
If you didn't understand her, she said Baylor. Baylor, Scott and White.
Baylor.
Not in Waco. Not in Waco.
No, it's at the Baylor
there we go.
Sports and Rehab Center. It's across the road. Well, it's at the start. It's a really, really cool new facility. And everything's really shiny and new there. But we have a really great program designed. We have great DCC on board. We have the football side has awesome new coaches, and it's for me, I'm just there's been too long of a break between the last camp, so everything's fresh and ready to go, and just gonna have a great group. And Monday and Tuesday are both individual camp days, so each day will feature a game day experience. You will get basically everything you get in a 3-day program jammed into one massive schedule, and you're going to learn a bunch of routines. You can be 6 to 16. Just bring your fun and smile.
Will both of you be there?
Oh, yeah.
We will be there.
Hannah, are you on camp duty? Or
I am not on camp duty. I haven't had the privilege to do camp yet. I'm excited to learn about it, though, and get to teach nuggets. I love little kids.
And they're 16, 17, I think.
Throughout summer?
Coming up this summer. So spring break is just like a little teaser clip. And they come up all summer. There's 3-day camps, and you're definitely going to...
Stars,
a lot of 2-day camps, too.
2 days, yes. The locations are... This is the only one at Baylor, so that's why I'm excited for it. But the next ones are going to be at the Star, and they're going to be at the stadium, and you get the ultimate Cowboys experience. And you can travel from anywhere to come and join. We have people travel from all over the country and world.
And world.
Ooh.
Is that a shameless plug for yourself?
Well, you get a good... for the rest of the family that come to watch. I think this is often sometimes parents, I don't want to travel there, or, because my kid's going to be doing, what am I going to do the whole time? But it's so cool. You get to have such a Cowboys experience doing a tour of the stadium. You can do a tour of the Star, the headquarters facility. Just, it's a once in a lifetime. Everyone's got to try it.
Well, she just even said it. You don't even have to live here to do it, but I'm sure... Not Michelle. Michelle is a soccer player, but I did all-star cheerleading growing up, so I feel like that would definitely have been something I would have wanted to do growing up if I was close.
You do not even have to be a dancer or a gymnast or anything. You can.
Oh no.
Could someone like Michelle with literally no dance abilities whatsoever?
Yes, one of the kids this summer said, "I've never done dance. I'm a soccer player." And we're like, "Great, can't wait to have you."
Absolutely.
Maybe start with the basics.
Maybe on break we'll have to have Michelle show you some moves. It's pretty bad.
Scary.
I doubt that.
We at home behind closed doors, we like to think we're DCC.
You like makeup routines, and
we'll try some kicks.
She'll do the routines at home.
I was saying, Michelle can confirm. I can do hand clap.
Yeah, she'll do it. And if we go to weddings, she'll whip it out and she'll just
I've seen
do
her
it
do
on the
thunder.
dance floor.
I got thunder. I can do some sexy hips.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Hair flips. See. You guys are so inspirational. So inspirational. Michelle said she had a question, so ask your question.
What is like the aha moment that you had? Like, this is my home. This is where I feel like I've made it and like comfortable being here.
That's a good one. I think it was game 7, game 8, the one right before Christmas is when I kind of felt like, okay, cool, I understand what's going on. I know the sequence. I don't have those nerves. As soon as the music comes on, I shoot to Lacey like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? That's what I felt at home during game day. During the season, when I felt at home was probably right before, like right around Halloween. Everything just melded really well at that point in time. We had spent a lot of time with each other. We were in blue. The nerves of pink had finally subsided. It was great, and that's when it just felt more like family instead of like pink blue team practice. It was like family time.
Nice. Family.
I think mine was probably a little different because after I didn't make it the first time, I moved to Texas with my now fiance, and we lived with his family. So like I really did have a family here. So I felt really comfortable in Texas when I made it to training camp my first time. But as far as like with the girls as a whole, I would say it was sometime mid-season the first year, where you're finally, it takes you a while, even though you get the blue as soon as training camp's over, it still takes a while for it to seep in. You're like, oh, I'm actually in blue. But I think really the best moment is when you make it back your second year, like when you make it back to training camp your second year, you're like, yeah, because this is my home and I'm supposed to be here, and this is my family. And you have so much more to lose your second year because you realize that you have 35 other friends sitting around that you want to still be on the team with. So when that nerve was finally taken away that you were going to be there is when it sat in that this is my family and this is where I want to be. Or else I wouldn't have wanted it so bad. I wouldn't have had so much pressure on me to come back.
So what kind of things can you do or can you suggest to prepare for auditions?
Well, for me, I think the biggest thing that I did once I moved here the first year was I just went to like every prep class possible. And then I started studying probably I would have started studying about this time, like 2 months before.
What did you study?
Oh my goodness. Everything Cowboys related. So NFL football, Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, current and the history, just politics around the world, current events that are going on. Yeah, geography. Health, anything, So there's a lot of good study guides out there. Yeah. So just get your hand on there, pitch some people's brains that have been on the team before about stuff that could be on there. But just, if you're going to do it, give it your heart and soul and go for it.
And would you say a good chunk of getting all of that in one go would be to attend Friday night prep classes? Shameless plug.
Ooh.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Or Saturday day.
I know, but Friday nights are just...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know my first year, the year I was just trying to make the team, I went to almost every single Friday night class. And I know Hannah was driving back and forth between St. Louis to go, so we're big advocates for those Friday and Saturday classes.
Every time you say that, it just is mind-boggling that you drove all that way for prep classes.
How far did you drive?
It's 14 hours from Chicago to Dallas. I had a sales job, so I could work on the road, and I would just 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, drive down here to Texas and cram every possible prep class I could.
It literally is insane. I hate driving. Hate driving. No.
It comes full circle because I would listen to these podcasts on my drive because music after a while I was like, I've listened to this playlist 7 times. Great. We still have 7 hours. But I would listen to episodes of these boots and just keep going and all of a sudden be like, okay, we're 2 hours from Texas anyways. Let's keep going.
So if she can drive from Chicago to a prep class...
Multiple times.
If you want to audition, it's the best experience. The Friday night, the Saturday morning classes.
Because at those, you get the question and answer sessions, too. So you can actually get your questions answered that you have about DCC and the tryout process.
Mm-hmm. It's important. Yes.
Have you thought of any more questions? You only had one? What about a fun question? Or something that a fan would want to know? Maybe for fun. Come on.
What's your guys' guilty pleasures?
Ooh.
Movie theater popcorn, easily. I literally, when it's my cheat day, I will go order the large bucket of movie theater popcorn, not go to a movie, sit there and eat the popcorn until it's empty, then get a refill. Christian will drive me home and I'll eat the second. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hilarious.
But yeah, that's my guilty pleasure.
Mine's Reese's. Anything chocolate peanut butter,
girl.
I will eat forever. I think in training camp, that's what I lived off of. I had just packets of Reese's with me at all times. You need that sugar to keep you going.
The cups, mini pieces, which ones? Cups, big size?
Yeah. Sometimes king size. The eggs have the best ratio. Around Easter's when they have the Hershey eggs.
The eggs are good.
The trays are a good ratio too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And they're softer for some reason. I don't know why, but it's true.
Fresh.
Someone go out, verify, blue checkmark, verify. It's a fact. They're better. I don't know why.
Hey, Easter's coming up, and then you go day after, get the sale candy.
Oh, yeah.
Half off.
The hearts are good too.
The hearts?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the hearts.
It's just a good peanut butter to chocolate ratio.
Yeah, I feel like the cane cups are too much chocolate, not enough peanut butter.
Yeah,
I prefer more chocolate.
No.
I'm not a big peanut butter fan.
It's not real peanut butter. It's just,
yeah, definitely not real peanut butter.
But it's like peanut butter-y.
Yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
I
This
can
one
relate.
literally forced me to go to the grocery store. She was like, I need cookie dough. So now we have...
That's what I crave.
What kind?
I like you can get this really good one called...
Back in Australia?
No. But here at Sprouts, they have this really good one called Just something, and it's vegan cookie dough, so you can eat it raw. Well, but that's, it's got no eggs, so you won't be sick from it. And it's birthday cake flavor.
I have never craved cookie dough.
Never?
Never craved that. I don't think I've
A
even
raw
had it.
piece of cookie dough is so good.
Nah, but if I'll make cookies, I'll eat the batch raw. Better than cooking them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never done that.
It's so good.
I can't believe... Well, you're a health nut.
But I still like my sweets. Like, I know about Reese's.
I know about. Have you had them?
I've seen on the street these days.
I've researched.
I don't really like them, but they're okay.
What? So popcorn, just that?
Oh, and birthday cake.
Birthday cake. Like vanilla?
Yeah.
Vanilla.
White birthday cake.
And that's it?
That's it.
Yeah,
Like
fun.
sponge cake?
Well, just like birthday cake. I don't know.
That's very broad.
No.
Like the cake you would go and buy like at the store for your
There's
birthday.
certain birthday cakes.
Like with colored sparkles?
Oh, no, that's not real birthday cake.
I don't
That's
really
funfetti.
understand that.
I like the funfetti.
I like funfetti. And
Call it funfetti?
That's like the funfetti
Oh, wow.
birthday cake, and it's got the sprinkles all up in it.
Cultural difference here.
I swear I learn something every day.
Oh, well, you asked them something earlier. You said, what was the biggest surprise?
Yes.
So that was DCC related. For you, what was the biggest surprise about America?
The surprise?
Too many to count.
Well, there really are. And when people say, what's the biggest difference? One of the hardest adjustments was speaking to my family with the time difference, because we'd go into rehearsals at night and that's when Australia's waking up. So that was, having to call them at midnight or whenever we ended, and then I was tired and they were waking up, and, we weren't really on the same page. That was difficult, but physically learning how to drive here will forever be one of the
She's
hardest
the queen
things.
of getting pulled over also.
Dude, let's not tell
Is it a
everyone
different
that.
side of the road?
Yes, and the wheel's on a different side.
Yeah.
So fortunately, the brake situation is the same, right foot. But it's just what gets me is when it's dark and there aren't other cars on the road. So you have to actually look at what side the dotted line is and what side and which way the lights are facing. But sometimes there are lights facing both ways, and I've had to jump the median a few times. Let's just say that, but not lately.
The whole median.
Yeah, but.
I saw somebody do that yesterday when I was driving.
But I'm okay.
Was it
They're
Jinelle?
Australian. Was it Jinelle?
I have a Texas driver's license now. I went and had to do the full, test where
You had to do a driver's test?
Mm-hmm. You have to do the whole written test and the multiple choice. And that was hard because I'm kilometers and everything's miles. So I had to guess and do math in the test, which was interesting. But yeah, there were, you have to do the test where you drive with the guy and then park and all that stuff. And
But you passed.
I passed. I got a Texas license and
Look
haven't
at
made
her.
any mistakes since. I'm really proud of it. It's like a second skill.
I don't know. I did have to leave work to come and pick you up because of your car.
That's true.
So she calls me and she's like, I am stranded, my car. She's like, okay, I'll come get you.
What a good friend.
She's a good friend.
Yeah. Just down the road. It wasn't too far, so I had to say yes. But if it was further,
it was like literally across the road.
Yeah.
So whenever you're like, this is a friend that I know I could call at 3 o'clock in the morning, they would come save me. Courtney's one of those.
You should be so honored.
I'm so honored. Yeah. I would call Michelle.
Yeah,
all the way in Florida.
You wouldn't call me.
Help me out.
You never answer my phone calls.
I do answer.
Does she answer your phone calls ever?
No, but she calls you right back. But yeah, you are bad about answering the first time. But you
That's
call
what
right
Kelly
back.
says. And I swear it never rings. And if it does, I'll answer it.
It never answers. And then sometimes maybe the next day at work, she'll be like, did you mean to call me? And I'm like, yes.
Well, sometimes it's late and I'm tired and I go to bed early.
It's also our generation. I feel like we don't talk on the phone as much. So sometimes like my heart will start pounding when somebody's calling. I'm like, I just need to answer.
It's not personal. I swear. It's I don't
personal.
mean it. It's,
we know. We don't take it personal.
Okay, we started a couple minutes late, so
Can we play the game?
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out on a solid note. We're gonna do a fun 2 truths and a lie. So start thinking about yours. No one's gonna know yours. Do you have yours already? I don't know which is. I can't even read your chicken scratch. You can start.
That was the point. I'm starting?
Yeah, sure.
So I say my 2 lies and a truth.
No.
2 truths and a lie. And you have to guess which one the lie is. Okay. I am Australian, we know that, but I am also British. I am a black belt in Taekwondo. I have an extra qualification to be a personal trainer. Which one's the lie?
Black belt.
Trainer.
Yeah, I think
Trainer.
3.
You think trainer?
Mm-hmm.
You think trainer?
I think trainer.
You're all right, except Hannah.
When did you get your black belt?
I was 12. I was one of the youngest in Australian history to get my black belt, and it has my name on it in Korean.
Shameless plug.
I know. I said that on CMT once as my fun fact.
I've never seen you whip out any moves.
Oh, no, you don't want to run into me in a dark alley. For sure.
Jeez.
Feisty.
Do either of you guys have yours ready?
I feel like I'm just so open with my life. Y'all are going to know everything, but I'll try. Okay, so I always thought about how I'm half Italian, but I also have some Cherokee Indian in me. My favorite place to travel is Paris, and I was born at home.
Paris.
Yeah, Paris.
Nelly?
I don't know.
And I have a reason because I feel like I remember you saying you got a passport to go on calendar trip, or no? No, you went to Barcelona. Okay, never mind.
No,
then I don't know.
She wasn't born at home. You weren't born at. Oh wait, actually, you were. Okay, no,
I was.
Yeah,
so y'all are right.
It's
Actually,
Paris.
Paris is the worst. If you're ever going to only travel one place, people think it's to go to Paris because the Eiffel Tower. No, it's literally the worst place to go anywhere else in the world. Next.
She's an angry elf.
No, I've just been a lot of places, and like a lot of people can only afford like one trip their entire lives.
What's your favorite?
That I've been so far?
Yeah.
We love Spain. Spain is like
that's
our
on my
home.
list.
We love
And
Spain.
she told us earlier she has a fun trip planned in 2020.
Oh yeah, well we're getting married in 2020, and we're going to do our honeymoon in Puerto Rico at San Juan.
Yay!
We're excited.
That'll be fun.
Awesome. I'm trying to think of my order. Okay. When I was 16, I danced in the Macy Thanksgiving Day Parade. I have a hairless cat, and my sister is in med school. Ooh. What is it?
I'm
The cat.
The second one.
Yeah,
I think the cat.
I do have a hairless cat.
I was going to say you guys.
I
was going to say Macy's because I feel like you weren't 16. I feel like you did it, but a different age.
No, I never did it. That was just something that came to my mind.
I was in it twice. I was going to be like, hey, wait, I was there. Were we at the same time?
No, I've never done that.
Convinced
But
it was going to be about the cat. But I know your sister does that, so that was...
Yeah, I knew it wasn't your
how many
sister.
cats do you have?
50-50.
I personally have one, but he's at home with my mom, and then we have my grandma's old cat, so there's 2 at home.
What are their names?
Frosty and Footsie. Footsy's the hairless cat. His name comes from Littlefoot, the dinosaur from the Land Before Time.
Land Before Time!
He looks like that because he's gray
like
and hairless. He's ugly, but it's cute, but he's ugly. It's okay, I know. And then Frosty's just like a polar bear. She's really big and white and fluffy.
Oh, and then your cat is named?
That's Footsie.
Oh, that's
Footsie's,
Footsie.
Footsie's like mine.
Oh, okay.
But Mom takes care of him because
Gotcha.
I don't think he could handle Texas sun. I think he'd get a little sunburnt.
Probably. Did you think of yours?
Yes, you
Okay.
have to answer last though.
Okay.
My favorite color is sky blue. I was a cheerleader and I had dirty blonde hair.
The cheerleader.
Dirty blonde hair.
Just going to go sky blue. Although that's odd. That's
Jinelle got it right.
Yep.
So random.
But dang it, you even talked about it earlier because you were like, no, she's a soccer player. So
She
it's
did.
Like, not
She did
cheerleading.
cheerleading
I did do
for a couple of
cheerleading.
years.
Aw.
Wasn't her shtick.
No, I quickly got out of it.
You guys, I was forcing you guys to do it, and now I wasn't even thinking for
Oh,
myself.
yeah. Well, under pressure. Off you
Okay.
Under pressure.
Okay, here we go. My favorite trip I ever took was to Thailand. I went to the Olympics and
Which Olympics?
London, and I have a red car.
The first one's a lie.
I don't remember what the first. Oh, your favorite trip was to Thailand. Yeah, that one.
I'm going to go with Thailand.
Yeah, you're right. I would have posted about it on Instagram.
I'm like, I feel like we would have had this conversation.
Yeah, there's no evidence of it, but I'm always ready for another trip.
That's cool. You went to the Olympics.
Yeah, it was amazing.
What year was that?
2012.
Oh, cool.
I went to the Sydney ones. That was cool.
Did you go to an actual event?
Yes, gymnastics, artistic.
Ooh.
That was Nastia? No, that was before Nastia.
That was
Sean.
Carly?
Wait, that was 2000.
Yes, that was
or even
I was only 8.
I was a baby.
I was just born.
I know,
born
baby,
yesterday.
2000.
Oh my gosh, millennium girl.
When kids say that they were born in 2000 and something, my
get
mind is just
strange
blown.
looks.
So crazy.
2000.
Wow.
And now we all feel old and just want to go die. So on that note, we are
super positive podcasting.
Super, super positive. Oh God, I'll try and see if I can find who's next. I don't remember.
While she does, I'm going to let everyone know that you can sign up for camps or high school clinics or Little Miss, which is age 3 to 6, which is really, really cute and exciting. All our camp programs on dallascowboys.com/academy. Do it. Have no regrets in life.
Do it. And as we sign off, I will tell you that next week is Sienna and Brianna. So we got the Annas, two rookies. So be sure to tune in. Hannah and Miranda, thank you. Hannah, Miranda. Jinelle, thank you so much. Great co-host.
Yes, team.
Michelle, so glad
Thanks,
you were
Michelle.
able to come on. And to everybody, we will catch you back here Thursday at 2 p.m., our new time for the off season on These Boots Are Made for Talkin'.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!